Hey everyone, welcome to the vid, and in this vid I am going to go over BonBon Finance. BonBon Finance is in the very early stages of its development, and you can actually see at the bottom of their website that the projected public sale isn't until 53 days away. Lots of you asked me to look into this, so I did, and once I started looking, it really piqued my interest, and so I really deep dive into what this thing is all about. And also, remember, this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research before jumping into any projects. BonBon Finance is a fork of Olympus DAO. So first, I need to explain what Olympus DAO is so you can know how BonBon is different. Olympus DAO came out about a year ago, and the main purpose behind it was to become a reserve currency that is stable but isn't pegged to the US dollar. The main reason why people love Olympus DAO is because you can stake your OHM to earn extra OHM at massively high APYs. They've even taken it one step further, and they're trusting in game theory to keep the price of OHM stable. You might have heard of the 3,3 meme, and you might not understand what it's actually about. Well, basically this is sort of a chart which explains what game theory is, and it basically says that if I stake and if you stake, that is a net win for both of us. And worst case scenario is if we both decide to sell, everybody loses. Even though game theory is basically involved in every protocol, when you're sort of promoting it to the community of 3,3, let's all hold, it does have a few risks because not everyone's going to do that. So you can see here that the price is up at 1,400, and within a month or so it's down to 189, and then it's gone up again, and now we're sort of stable at around $68. So as a reserve stable currency, this isn't looking so stable. There's also the issue that OHM isn't even a reserve currency yet. Maybe it will be in a year's time. Also, there's the issue that because OHM is backed by DAI, to stop it falling below $1, which is essentially a good thing, if Olympus DAO was to buy back all the OHM at $1 using DAI, it would have a massive amount of money left over. And the reason it would have a massive amount of money left over is because there's only 11.5 million circulating supply, but there's 513 million in the treasury. So 513 million minus 11.5 million. So that's $501 million that would be left over in the treasury just sitting there. What do you do with all that remaining cash? This is where BonBon comes in to address these issues to give it real world value while still offering the massively high APY that Olympus DAO did and not wasting the treasury value. So how does it do it? The major difference between Olympus DAO and BonBon is that BonBon is going to offer under-collateralized loans to DeFi borrowers. They're going to offer an actual product. Essentially, they're going to lend out the treasury and earn interest and fees off it. How it works: bonding, exchange stablecoins for discounted B bonds with a vesting period. Basically, when you bond, it means you give a certain amount of assets to the protocol, and they give you BonBon coins at a discounted rate. Because it's discounted, they do a vesting period, so they give it to you over a certain amount of days. Treasury, protocol-owned liquidity plus $1 for every BonBon minted for buyback. All funds go to the lending pools. Lending pools, under collateralized loans for institutional and corporate borrowers. 10% interest goes back to the treasury. And stakers get X amount of APY based on treasury plus lending pools. Also gets 90% of loans interest in stable coins. So the bonding goes into the treasury creates the lending pools, and then we all make money from interest and fees from people borrowing the treasury. And everybody, did you notice the most coolest thing about all this? They pay you in stablecoin. You're not going to be paid in BonBon, you're going to be paid your returns in stablecoin. This is really big because Olympus DAO paid you your interest and your rebases in OHM, which is going to create inflation of the OHM token. BonBon aren't going to do that. They're not going to pay you in BonBon tokens. They're going to pay you in stable coins. Another reason why this is a good idea is because the only other lending service in crypto right now is Maple. So they're going to fill a gap in the market where there is a demand. And the price of Maple, which has been around since about May last year, has been relatively stable for a whole year. Whereas if you compare that to Olympus DAO, it's been all over the place. If BonBon's main product is offering loans, then who is even going to take these loans? Well, in the Medium paper, you can see crypto miners need credit for capital expenditure on rigs and operation expenses for power requirements. Trading funds and market makers need credit for portfolio leverage and liquidity provisioning. These two alone represent billion-dollar sectors with crypto that could be empowered by decentralized credit lines on Ethereum. Essentially, he's saying that's a massive lot of money there. Hey, why don't we offer a service to get a bit of that money? So now we know what BonBon's product is, how it's going to achieve this, and how it's different to Olympus DAO. So how do you actually make money from it, and how much can you make? They do explain this on the Medium post, but it's a tiny bit complicated, so I sort of simplified it here for you. The protocol will earn 10% interest on loans per year. Stakers will be rewarded with stablecoins, not BonBon, therefore no BonBon inflation. The value of BonBon is determined by the percentage that goes back to the stakers divided by the stablecoin or BonBon backing. So in other words, it's whatever this amount is divided by the backing that they've got to buy back BonBon if ever it should go down to below $1. For example, if they have 8 million in stablecoin for buying back BBon if it reaches $1, and they make 39.19 million per year from fees and interest, etc., 33.19 goes to the stakers. And that is divided up to BBon holders as follows. 33.19 divided by 8 equals $4.15 airdrop to you for each BBon token that you have. So if you have 1,000 BBon tokens, you'll get airdropped 4,150 in stablecoin. So in other words, the more BBon you have, the better. So to me, this project does sound pretty good, but there are a number of questions I have with it, which hopefully the white paper will answer. The first issue I have is that we are the people that are going to have to create the treasury. And so we're essentially going to have to make these funding pools that they're going to loan out to all these people. And crypto miners and corporate investors and all this type of stuff are going to want to borrow a lot of money. So we have to create all that money, and I'm just not sure if that is going to be an issue or not. And also there's the massive issue that these are under collateralized loans. So what actually happens if people default them? What happens if they can't pay them back? What recourse is there? How do we sue someone who's in London when this project is in wherever it is? They could also fall into the same pitfalls that Olympus DAO did with regards to the game theory aspect behind this of, hey everyone, let's all hold our tokens and nobody sells and then everyone will be okay. Because people are people and not everybody does that all the time. And also, this seems like a crap ton of work. How many devs are involved on this? I'm not actually sure. I mean, the Discord is quite small. There's only one dev in there that's chatting. There's only one on Twitter. I'm not even sure of the team behind it. And also, what is the experience of the dev team? Do they actually have experience with lending? And look, there's not even a white paper for this thing yet. So what do you think, everyone? What do you think of BonBon Finance? I would love to know your thoughts. Do you think it's a good project? Do you think it's going to go the way of Olympus DAO? Love to know all your thoughts. Please leave a comment, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.